So what we want is not just to teach about the environment and to have people that know about the environment. We want people to do something about it, not just to know about it. There's a very big gap between knowing about something and actually acting or changing your behavior.
Even the question of preserving the environment, I sometimes challenge it because I think we have ruined so much of our environment that beyond preservation we need to go towards restoration. So for me, when I look at sustainability, I look at preserving and restoring the environment.
Sustainability is the core. We cannot do without it, literally. There's no way that we can manage our energy, our food, our water if we are not sustainable. Otherwise, we either delay the problem into the next generation, which is, we know all that is not fair, or we don't make it out ourselves.
Well, CEER was established in 2004, and at first it was basically the brainchild of Professor Paul Pasch, who was also my teacher once. And obviously his main aim was to, in the beginning, it was to train teachers in education for sustainable development. He was within the Faculty of Education, and there was this lack of ESD practice within the teaching profession. And it grew, and then we formed a course, which is a master's course, which is basically targeted at people who are very much interested and have a passion for education for sustainable development. And it's a 2-year course with a 1-year research thesis that is then given to the center.
The center's main intention is to mainstream and to spread education for sustainable development. Different kinds of education, so formal, non-formal, basically spreading knowledge and attitudes towards being sustainable.
I think as CEER, we are trying to infuse sustainability across different professions. So we are not really inward looking, but we work with social workers, we work with youth workers, we work with teachers, because we believe that for all professions to be relevant for today, they need to learn how to infuse sustainability in their thinking.
Well, sustainability means a lot of things to a lot of people, but obviously what we're talking about is something that is long-term. So the Earth has a number of resources, and they have to be shared equally, and they have to be shared in a way and used in a way that makes it possible for the next generations to use them in the same way. So basically, sustainability, we're talking about something that is very long-term and that is equal for all humans, because all of us should have the same access to these resources.
We are trying to professionalize education for sustainable development. I think it's easy to just start talking about environmental problems, but we want to have more professional teachers, we want to have more professional people working with NGOs, we want more professional people amongst policymakers, so that we can bring out the full potential of education for sustainable development in bringing about change.
We already have issues of sustainability. There are people who don't have enough and people who have too much. There are people that suffer diseases because they are poor and they cannot pay for the proper medicine. There are areas on our planet which are much more polluted than others. So obviously sustainability starts from within the individual. It goes into the family, then into community, then into all the region, etc., etc.
James is trying to search for solutions towards the challenges of environmental degradation. Soil issues, lack of organic matter in soils, lack of spaces because soil is being taken up through development. So actually we don't need one solution, we need hundreds of solutions working in synergy towards the same goal.
Well, James is obviously one of our students within the MESD course. And currently they are in their 2nd year, and they are, I think it's the 6th or 7th unit. And currently we are in a project called TEDS, Teacher Education for Sustainability. And basically we aligned this project together with one of the units that we are doing. And the activity that James will be doing is basically like what we call a multimodal case study. It's a case study that can be used in different scenarios basically around Europe, because this project has other European countries involved. And what we are looking for is to create effective methodologies that are actually put together with videos, pictures, and all this stuff. And they will be presented online, and they will be available to other European countries.
But basically, we went over the very fundamentals of what plants need to grow, what hydroponics is, how hydroponics can be used to solve certain problems, but at the same time, it's not perfect as a technology. Also involving critical thinking in the process, so not just saying, we have the solution, but it's a solution to certain problems. And also going into a bit of depth on the actual techniques on how to do it, so seeing different systems and understanding fertilizers, water quality, and how we can kind of take advantage of this new knowledge to build our own hydroponic systems. What we had today was a display of how we can grow our own food, for example, in a different way, while keeping in consideration aspects of sustainability for this process. There are other ways of growing plants. Hydroponics is one such technology, where we're using basically taking everything that the soil offers, including nutrients, and infusing it with water, and taking advantage of that and seeing how plants grow and actually growing it. In Malta, it's generally a good environment to take advantage of hydroponics. I think it's something that we can look into more, especially in the urban settings.
I think that through this project we are trying to challenge mindsets. Einstein used to say that we cannot solve problems from the same consciousness or mindset that created them. So TEDS is an opportunity for teacher training to help look at the world from a different view outside of the same mindset that created problems, so that we can be part of a positive solution towards the challenges we face.
These case studies are obviously effective case studies which are good practice. So basically we are choosing the best practice case studies there will be a number of case studies from different European countries, and they will be shared together in order to share practice. They will be obviously utilized by teachers and educationalists, etc.
There is a need for a project such as TEDS because we believe in the potential of teachers, and we know that change cannot happen if we don't have teachers that can infuse sustainability thinking into their daily work as teachers. For me, it is an opportunity to engage with teachers and to co-learn together. In my center, we really believe in the idea of co-learning. We're not like a teacher up there and student, but we are student and teachers as co-learners. And because for TEDS, especially in Malta, because TEDS is a transnational project with different partners, but in Malta we are focusing a lot on environment and resources. So it is a problem that touches us deeply. We are in a semi-arid zone with a huge population, so the whole question of scarcity and how to take care and how to restore our environment, which is under threat from development, becomes even more crucial. So I think TEDS is an opportunity also for teachers to explore positive solutions towards the challenges of Sustainable Development Goals 14 and 15, life on land, life on sea, resources, human environment.
Basically, TEDS is nearing its completion now. We will complete all these multimodal case studies. They will be shared on a network site, and obviously there will be the closing conference in which results are presented to the different people, and there will be outreach activities not just for people within the TEDS community, but also those who are outside. So there will be dissemination activities.
I am a firm believer in what I call community solutions. Of course, each one of us has a responsibility. I have a personal responsibility as Chensu, and I have a double personal responsibility as an educator. However, I think that most solutions need to be community solutions. We have learned things so much in a wrong way that one of our challenges is first to unlearn what no longer serves us, and then to learn how to live from a new mindset that respects more what we talk about living within the carrying capacity of the earth.